want to talk about the point of fairness and how I have experienced myself within fairness and how participating within fairness in my head as backchat, where I talk to myself about certain things happening compared to what I'm doing, and how this fairness that I've designed in my head has created a lot of anger, aggression, and depression, and how the point of fairness has sabotaged and compromised everything I do and how I do everything I do. So fairness in essence doesn't exist. I mean, if you look at the world, fairness doesn't exist. There is 3 billion people, 3.5 billion people living in poverty. There is 25,000 children every day dying of starvation under the age of 5. Malnutrition. There is animals being tortured, raped, skinned alive, butchered, poached, hunted for trophies every day. If you can show me one point of fairness that exists within any of that, then I don't know, you will convince me that fairness exists, but fairness doesn't exist. Some people is born conveniently on the right side of the road. The other side of the road, for instance, you know, the grass is always greener on the other side. It is always greener on the other side. The person that's born literally on that side of the valley, from where I live, is 10 times poorer than I am. The person born on that side of the valley is 10 times richer than I am. And the person that we don't even know where he lives owns fucking billions and billions simply because of where he's born. And how is any of that fair? Now, this shouldn't create anger, this shouldn't create any feeling or emotion within you, realizing that fairness does not exist. And fairness as a whole, as Earth, does not exist if you simply look at what exists and how everything exists. So fairness in your own life and what's happening in your own personal bubble called life, there cannot be fairness. If you're creating points of fairness within that, then you're only sabotaging yourself. You're only compromising yourself. You're only creating demons, anger, resentment, aggression. I mean, name them. And I'm going to give you an example now of how I have experienced fairness and how it really doesn't exist and shouldn't be a problem. And also I'm going to give you what should exist as a solution. Now, fairness, how I've experienced my own life, is through doing simple, small things. For instance, I live on a farm. Now, this can also apply within your job, what you do as a job, and fairness. Now, on the farm, we have duties that needs to be done. Collecting hay for horses, cleaning stables, doing dishes, farm maintenance, fixing fences, those kind of things. So we have a rotation going on the farm where each week we switch whose duty it is to do the gates, open the gates for people coming in or leaving, and pumping water to our tanks from the borehole. And that's our responsibility, and making sure that in this week the pumps are functioning correctly, nothing's running wrong with the pumps, making sure that the fences, which is part of the duty, is fixed repaired, and if it's broken, we have to go fix it. So let's say it's the other guy's duty this week to do the gates and the fences and the water pumping and all those things, and he's got a good week. Nothing happens, everything functions smoothly. Now it's my week and the pumps break, and the horses break some of the fences. So now I go and I fix it, understanding it is my duty, it is what I have to do, it's my responsibility, it's my week. Next week it's the other guy's turn again and nothing happens. Now it's my turn again. The fourth week now it's my turn again. And another slat on the fence gets broken, the pump's filters get clogged up again, and it's conveniently on my week. Now somehow in my mind I'm creating a story. I'm creating back chat where I talk to myself that the guy before me probably did something during his week to have a perfect week, that when it's my week, shit goes wrong. And then I start creating more back chat where I look at scenarios of what could it be that he's doing that has consequences when it's my week. And then I start creating the point of fairness, that it's not fair that it happens every time in my week. Then it goes so far to where I say, okay, on my week I don't want to fix the pumps or I don't want to fix the slats anymore because it keeps on happening on my week. So now let's make a new rule. The rule must be whoever discovers the fence is broken or notices that the tank is not working, that person must take responsibility and fix it. Now this is obviously just to get it fair in some fucking random way of looking at things. And now what happens is we've changed the rules. Whoever discovers that the fence is broken, fix it. Whoever discovers that the pumps aren't working correctly, like let's say you walk by and you see it, you take responsibility and fix it. Now conveniently the other guy keeps on walking by the fences, he keeps on walking by the tanks, and for the next 3 weeks he keeps on fixing the tanks and the fences because he coincidentally walks by when it's broken or not working. So now the unfairness has turned towards him. Now he's gonna have back chat and he's gonna have stories made up and he's gonna do exactly what I did. And now he's gonna come back and he's gonna say, this is not working, I keep on fixing the fences and the pumps. So now we both have this point of unfairness, of this is not fair, I have to do it all the time, no, I have to do it all the time. So either way, looking at either way, there's a point of unfairness. Someone is doing it more than someone else. Now, this is why I say fairness in situations like this cannot exist. It mustn't matter. It must be about who you are. And who you are will determine what you do. And it doesn't matter if you're doing everything and someone else is doing almost nothing. Because it's about you. It's about who you are. It's not about what other people are doing. It's about what you are doing in the moment, self-responsible, self-honest, standing as life, one and equal. Because in the end of the day, if you die, well, when you die, you're not gonna be faced with the question, was everything fair or not? It's gonna be about who you were, who you are in that moment. And then you're gonna have some serious shit. I mean, who you were like this little nagging person that never could stand and take responsibility and just do what needs to be done. And this is just a small example of the fairness point. Now, obviously there is a point of inequality. This is where I'm coming now to the solution. Because you can look at fairness and you can look at the point of equality. Equality is different. Equality is we're all the same. Not in our physical expression, but the same in the physical itself, the substance of life. We're all equal within that. Then we have levels of equality in terms of each one's basic needs. Humans has their specific basic needs, which we are all equal in. Animals has their specific basic needs, which they are all equal in, and they're equal in relation to us, in that relationship of them coexisting with us. That's our equality. It's not about I'm equal to a horse, which means I have to be able to do exactly what a horse does. That's not equality. That's, if you reason that way, then it's stupidity. So now you look at humans and the point of equality. One guy was born with genetics where he can lift up 100 kilograms bench pressing. The other guy was born with genetics where he can only bench press 20 kilograms. Now what's the equality? The equality is the physical, the basic needs point, the coexisting point. We're sharing the earth, we're sharing the same air, we're sharing everything on this earth the same, but with inequality and oneness, we will work as one equally. So the guy that can bench press 100 kilograms will do the heavier work, for instance. He will be able to do it. It's his responsibility to then, every time when there's heavy lifting to be done or heavy work to be done, he has to do it. That's his responsibility as the physical, as his design. And I can guarantee you that big guy will enjoy it because he can do it. The small guy that can bench press 20, his responsibility will be to go places where this big guy can go, fix stuff, get stuff, do stuff, fix wires, for instance, inside a cupboard. The big guy won't be able to fit in there. That's that guy's responsibility. As the physical, for instance, he can try and do what the big guy does. He can help him, sure. The big guy can help the small guy, sure. But it's not going to be as practical as it can be, and thus effective. So now you have the point of fairness coming up. Oh, it's not fair, that guy was born with that body that can bench press 100 and I can only do 20 because I'm a small guy. So you can't use fairness in this. You can look at the equality point. You can look at the oneness point, and from that physical perspective, do what's best for all. Live one and equal. Equal as the substance of life, as the basic needs required to live the same. One as you do this, I do that, in this one system, this one life we all share, and make it happen, make it work, make it be good and effective together. Now, if you look again at the skinny guy and the big guy, for instance, the big guy can't say, I'm doing 10 times more work than the skinny guy. The skinny guy fixes one wire every week, and I have to pick up bags of cement every day. That's not the point. The skinny guy can't do it, even if he wanted to. He's gonna have physical problems if he starts doing it. So it has to be considerate. The skinny guy can do something else more, but it's not about who does more and who does less. It's about self-responsibility. It's about who you are. That you do the best to your physical ability, to self-perfection, within your design, within this world, to live one and equal with everyone else. So equality and fairness is two different points, and they shouldn't be confused, because equality implies you understand that you are the same substance as life, as everything that is here. And your oneness is that you have a different expression and everyone else is a different expression as the physical, not as a personality or a mind. And that the oneness point is to work as one. I mean, look at your legs. Your legs does more work than your arms. They constantly pick up your body. They are 10 times stronger than your arms. So you can't say, oh, it's unfair that my legs has to walk all day and my arms does nothing. They just swing by. Your arms has their purpose. They will do it when you get to stuff. They will bath your legs at night. They will they will work with your food so you can eat it. This is just an example because I'm using the body as an example of the earth is one body. And we are all parts of this body. Different parts, but we have to understand that we are the same substance as life. Your legs is part of your arms. So there is no separation. It's one thing. So the fairness point is what compromises everything. It compromises the oneness point of working together. It compromises the point of effectiveness. It compromises the point of agreement. It compromises the point of who you are. And to be proud of who you are. I can lift up 20 bags of cement every day for this many years because my physical design allows me. Be proud of it. Don't make it a problem in your head as a point of fairness, as a point of anger and backchat and being nasty toward others because they're not doing what you're doing, or they don't look like they want to do what you're doing. Maybe discuss it with someone. Hey, why don't you help me with the bags? And maybe then they'll give you an answer. I didn't want to say this, but I can't pick up those bags. It really hurts my back. Then you must realize your responsibility. It doesn't hurt your back. You can do it easily. And even if there is another guy that can do the exact same as you but doesn't, it doesn't mean you have to now still be unfair and nasty. It means understand that who you are determines what you do. It's about you. It's always about self and who self is in relationship to everything else. And this is what I've realized on the farm. I have to be able to do, let's give an example of doing dishes. Everyone's dishes in the house, every night for eternity. I have to be okay with that. Because within doing that, I only always face one thing: who I am. Who I am will reflect as backchat, as thoughts, as feelings, as emotions. And if there's nothing while I'm doing that, then I know I can be proud of myself. I know I can respect myself. I know I can live with myself. I know I can trust myself. And that's how I push myself within the point of fairness. If I see there's any backchat, nasty shit, gossip in my head, making up stories, creating delusions, and not focusing on who I am while doing dishes, and there'll be nothing, then I know I have to go look at why do I have that backchat? Why do I have those thoughts? Why do I create gossip towards that person or that person? And what is the relationship towards myself that I do that? What is it inside myself that I have accepted and allowed as a limitation? I've accepted and allowed as a condition, instead of me being a physical expression in each moment, in each breath. So I find it cool to check my points, to see if I can do anything I have to do where I see others don't have to do it or never does it. But if I can, I always still do it, to check that there's no backchat, and to check that I'm clear, and that I am as effective as possible, and for myself. Because that's what I want. I want to be the best I can be in support of the earth, the physical, everyone else that's here, to be a human being that doesn't create all this unnecessary crap we go through. Okay, so that's the sharing for this one. It's 19 minutes. I hope people listen through. Thanks.